What if I told you that you could change your filming background from looking like this to something like this, all with the help of AI and without wasting any money? Which is kind of annoying because I just spent thousands of pounds building my own YouTube studio, but hey, luckily for you, I already did the expensive part, so you don't have to. So in this video, I'm going to reveal exactly how you can create multiple studio backgrounds, the free AI tools involved, and the secret often unknown steps to help you make it look all realistic. Because after all, if your setup looks good, then you'll ultimately create more visual authority, meaning people are going to trust you more, they're going to stick around for longer, and they're going to buy more from you too. So your background literally makes all of the difference. So without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, before AI even comes into the picture, we need to nail the filming phase first. The main thing that you need to note here is that when you actually go to film your video, you'll need to be up against a clean, plain background. This will give you a blank canvas to work with later down the line. Next, you're going to need to make sure that you're well lit with no harsh shadows or reflections. So if you have access to a softbox, I'd recommend placing this at a 45-degree angle away from your subject, as this is going to create some depth on your subject's face so that you don't look washed out or flat. And if you don't have any proper studio lighting, then don't worry, because a lamp or natural light from a window is going to work just fine too. Just make sure that you aren't facing the window directly, but instead let the light hit your face from a certain angle, as this is going to create more of a dimensional and cinematic effect. After this, you're going to need to make sure that your camera is static using a tripod, or if you're using your phone, have it propped up somewhere secure, because any motion or little jitters in your video is going to make it absolutely impossible to edit. So do yourself a favor and make sure your shot is still. And likewise, when you actually go to film, try to keep your arms as naturally close to your body as possible, because if you start waving your arms around, then this motion is going to disrupt your AI background effect, and it's going to make it look fake and a little bit. Now that we have our footage, it's time for the best part, which is the edit. You can do this in any editing software, so it doesn't matter if you edit in Premiere Pro, DaVinci, Final Cut, or even iMovie. If anyone still edits on iMovie, that is, all of the steps are going to be completely the same regardless of your software. Once you have your interface open, you'll need to go ahead and import your footage onto a new timeline, and then take a screenshot of your video frame. Once we have this, we can then head over to Adobe Firefly, and this is where we're going to be able to generate these backgrounds. And I'll leave a link in the description below so you can head straight over to Firefly after you finish watching this video, of course. Stay till the end, come on. On the homepage, if you scroll down, you should be able to find the generative fill feature, and this is what we're going to be using in this case. Here, you'll need to upload the screenshot from your video, and then in the bar at the bottom, you'll need to insert the prompt to instruct the AI on what background you want it to create. Here, you'll need to upload the screenshot from your video and use the fill feature to paint over your background. After this, head over to the bar at the bottom and insert your prompt. This part here is make or break, because if you want to generate a realistic studio background, then you need to give the AI as much detail as possible in order for it to create it. A vague and generic prompt is going to give you a bad background, so it's good to be as detailed as possible. However, if you have no idea where to start, you can always use the analogy of space. Let me explain. Within your prompt, you're going to want to note down 5 key aspects, starting with S, which is the style. So what style do you want the background to look like? Are you going for a minimalistic tone or something cozy or futuristic? Next, think about P, which is the palette. What colors or tones do you want in your overall background? Next, think about A, the atmosphere. So the overall lighting or the mood of your scene. C, think about the composition. So is there anything in particular that you want in the background, like a bookshelf or a desk or some pictures? Make sure to include that in your prompt as well. And lastly, E is just those extra little bits of detail that you haven't already mentioned, whether that be like practical props like plants or little things like that that are going to overall add your style and your flair to the scene. So with all that said and done, this is going to be the prompt that I'm going to be using, which follows the space analogy. So after we've figured out our prompt, hit generate, and then after a few short seconds, you'll be presented with your new AI background. And if there's anything that you want to change, you can always go into the prompt and amend it. But once you're happy with the way that it looks, you'll need to download the image and import it back into your editing software. Here, we'll now want to create a video stack of 2 layers. So the top one being our real video, video, and the bottom one being our generated AI studio that we've just imported. So make sure that the AI picture is underneath the video that you've filmed. Next, we'll need to cut ourselves out of that video layer that we filmed. So you can either do this by rotoscoping on Premiere Pro or After Effects, or by using the free cutout feature that you'll find on DaVinci or CapCut. Both work great, but make sure to feather the edges out of your video to make the blend between you and the background more seamless. And voila, there we have it, a professional studio background that you can achieve with no fancy equipment, no green screen, or wasting loads of money on an expensive renovation project. However, if you want the shot to look even more fancier, then I would recommend adding a slight blur to the bottom photo layer, as this is going to help create separation between you and the background and mimic that shallow depth of field that you get from professional cameras. And to top it all off, add a vignette effect to the background as well, as this is going to draw the viewer's eye inward onto the subject and make your shot feel a lot more cinematic, and just give you that extra little bit of polish to make your scene appear a lot more realistic. And if we do a quick side-by-side comparison, you can now see the difference that the background actually makes. It's worth noting here though that as AI rapidly continues to evolve, so does the business side of it. And these companies are getting smarter and smarter about monetization, meaning more paywalls, more generative credits, and restrictive features. So if you want to keep this process as cheap and as completely as free as possible, then my recommendation is to rotate between different AI tools. So use Adobe Firefly for a few generations and then swap over to Midjourney or ChatGPT for the next batch. That way you're not going to be burning through your credit limit, and you're still going to be getting quality results across the board. Plus, by testing different AI models, you'll naturally find the right tool for you and your workflow. But that's it from me today. If you found this useful, you probably want to check out this video up here, but for now, I'm over and out.